That was such a good decision by GraVe to leave the auto split turned on in the options. A lot of players don't do this enough.
I think so. I think that's really excellent. FMC decided to do that as well. So that was a great decision by both players.
Jesus Christ, we're such trolls. We're such
Sometimes.
trolls. That's
Sometimes.
that's not even fair. I'm sorry. This is against my conscience to make such ridiculous fun of the players. I like them too much.
They are, and they are excellent. Just imagine how much time it takes to become this good in StarCraft, like GraVe and FMTC.
I played the game 3 years and I still haven't gotten
Yeah.
this good. So, you know, more time in some cases than in others.
Yeah. All right, let's start introducing the players. I'll introduce for the last time today from ESC Icybox, spawning at the top right-hand side. It is GraVe, and his opponent Bell.
His opponent, the Dutch Hope for today, from Team EC Visualize, playing on the map where we started today's broadcast on, in the same exact spawning positions with the same exact matchup but different players. It's gonna be Fmtc.
Yep, we're gonna have to see what they do. But I feel like I already know what the FMTC is going to do. He's gonna
Yeah.
go for the Zergling Queen push that we saw earlier today against me, which I really liked. So that's gonna be something that GraVe has to be aware of. And I don't think these games aren't played live; they're casted from replays, right? So the likeliness of the player knowing the strategy that the other guy did is very small. Now he is going to scout and he's going to find out that there's no base going up. So he's gonna find out that there's a gold base going up, and that was also the position that Neek was in. But he never expected the amass of queens and zerglings to.
Yeah, that was.
Play.
I mean, that was an awesome game to watch. Like I said, almost something like straight out of a TLO stream. And this is, this might tip GraVe off because he sees the gold base. He's going to keep checking natural. If he doesn't see a natural going down, he should become suspicious of FMTC's strategy or motives. So he's going to hide the probe at least for now and then come a little while later. If he doesn't see a base there by, I don't know, a 6 or 6:30 minute mark, the latest, then he should ring all the alarm bells inside his main base.
Yep, and I already see the drone train on the minimap, so that means he wants to get maximum efficiency out of this rich mineral field. One of the things he has to be aware of, though, is that the first zealots, the first one is actually already making his way across the map, can be very annoying for FMTC, because last game he lost a queen to something like that,
Yep.
and there's not going to be that many units to defend there. There are 4 Zerglings out, so he did a good job getting those out, and he will spot it with the Overlord, but he has to be a little bit aware not to take any damage at the gold base, because it's a little bit harder to defend. And we do have 2 gateways going up and a nexus going up from GraVe. And the mothership core can also be a little bit annoying later on. So let's see how he decides to do it. He actually decided not to attack with the Zella.
Yeah, he's just holding the watchtower, and he'll wait for the mothership core to join. 3 additional gateways going up. We have a probe still out on the map. No proxy pylons so far, but the probe will be getting those down very, very shortly. In fact, there's another... Well, no, that's a mothership core. Damn it, mothership core having the same pixel on the minimap as the pylon. So every time I see a mothership core on the map, I'm like, that's a pylon. Then I click there, and it's... Yeah, that's not a pylon, but one has just now finished.
He's actually chasing it with the queen. It's taking a significant amount of damage. The Zerglings will clean this up, and so far this is looking good from FMTC, and this is starting to look a lot like the game we've seen earlier from him here as well.
Uh-oh, the warping at the south, though, that's not gonna be good, because GraVe kind of expects there to be a natural. He'll move the Zods. He sees no natural, so he'll be like, let me just build a pylon in your main base. Maybe.
Yeah, he could do that, but he's actually making a pylon close to the gold base. I'm actually surprised here that he sent the Zealots to the gold base and not into the main base. He could have done that as well. The Zerglings are gonna come home to defend, but he's actually... GraVe is trading pretty well against FMTC here with the Zerglings, and he's gonna lose that probe, but apart from that, he doesn't take that much damage.
Oh, the pylon finishes. The pylon finishes, and this will help out with the offensive considerably. Now, this build that FMTC is doing is not using any gas. He's not even mining any, and he's only on 24 drones. That was the plan, but right now he lost all of his links. This attack will no longer work, and he's lacking the creep spread.
Yeah, I mean, he is adding, I saw 22 Zerglings on the production tab. He's trying desperately to kill that Mothership Core, but on Mother's Day it seems impossible. He is gonna kill these Zealots right now, but he lost a lot here. I feel like, even though he has the gold base, he has a lot of minerals, he didn't get the good end of that stick.
Yeah, he did not. Okay, GraVe has to stop warping in at the front and start warping it at the back and restart his probe production, because he hasn't been making any probes up until this point. He was just continuously warping in Zealots, yeah. But he
there's
did...
only 23 drones, right?
Yeah, but you know, with this build, with this strategy, FMTC does not need any more. He was doing this with 25 drones in the game we saw before. And look at this. He's not feeling confident that he would break the front of GraVe, so he's instead taking an expansion, and he's continuing to mine gas as well. I think he'll go straight into roaches and a lair. Maybe, possibly, later on down the road, try to force a base race scenario, just as he did in previous ZVPs that we saw of him.
Yeah, but I feel like GraVe did a much better job of reading FMTC than Neek did earlier today, because he made a lot of sentries back home, so that it was a run by Zerglings. He could just put down a few force fields and be completely okay. And that's something that Neek never did. He had like one sentry and then started making a strange wall. The sentries are a little bit out though. They're gonna get caught.
Ooh, that's a pretty huge move there for FMTC,
oh,
because
no,
oh Jesus! Oh, this is a massacre. This is not looking for GraVe by any stretch of the word. That gas he just lost, he's gonna be missing that. Oh, he's gonna be missing that so much.
Yeah, a few Zerglings for a sentry, for all those sentries, that's a really good trade for FMTC. And actually, he was a little bit behind. That's something he really needed. He is, however, doing a very good job of creep spreading right now.
Wait. Yeah, he's continuously spreading the creep. Okay, so for those of you guys that are now watching and you have not seen the first game FMTC played on this game in his ZVP, right. What he did was he expanded to the gold, never expanded into his natural base, and he built 3 queens here and only 1 queen at the primary base. So he was continuously churning out queens from the gold base and pushing the creep. He stayed on 25 drones the whole time and just attacked with mass queen speedling. And he just broke his opponent. And now he's probably going to do that off of 3 bases with Roach Speedling. It does seem like that's the way he wants to go, right?
Yep, it looks like. And I think he has a shot at it. Because he's up in supply, a lot of that is in Roach, but he's got an excellent creep spread. He's got a lot of queens to back it up. I hope he takes some of them with him, because he does have the creep spread for that. And it can start becoming a little bit scary, because yeah, sure, there are 3 sentries, but he lost a lot of them, and there's majority of the units right now are Zealots. It's gonna be Robotech, but there's no units out yet, and he's actually supply blocked right now. GraVe, that is. So there's gonna be a little bit of a window where he should be able to attack, even if there's 1 Immortal out or something like that. If there's no Colossus, he should be okay. He's gonna push already, I don't think.
Ooh. Okay, he gets a lot of Zerglings with those 3 force fields, so that's fine. Now, this is, all in all, this situation favors FMTC in a certain point of view, because, you know, when you have creep at your doorstep, you just don't move out as a Protoss. You try to avoid the creep at all costs. You solve this by either getting a War Prism or by having a proxy pylon somewhere out on the map, or just having a big, huge, giant-ass, unbeatable Protoss ball army that everybody so hates. Right now, GraVe has none of that, so the biggest advantage FMTC has right now would be to, hey, I have time. I can drone like crazy, I can take another base, I can start mining from additional gas geysers, and he is teching, but it's only now that his lair will be finishing up, and I am kind of worried that he decided to go this route a little bit too late.
Yeah, he's still adding roaches, but he is going to take another base, which I like. He has started making a few extra drones, which I like as well. The creep spread is still going on the map, which is really important right now. I would like to see him go all the way to his third base of his opponent, because as long as GraVe does not take a third base, and I think he is thinking about it right now, he's in an excellent spot. But once he starts getting a third base and starts getting Colossus and stuff like that out, it's gonna be a little bit hard. There's gonna be a Hydra then. So I feel like he wants to maybe hit a timing, but GraVe is moving out and he does not want to do that, trust me.
Oh, he's got 8 sentries with this army. Those sentries will make sure that the Zerg has it really, really, really tough. This is where the timing of the lair comes in. If that was faster a little bit, those Hydras would have already been with this army as it is. Those Roaches will have to be very, very, very careful. 1 round of Hydras is what Fmtc needs, but even then he will not have the range to kill all those sentries. So the best course of action would be not to engage the Protoss army right now. Just bait out force fields, retreat, rinse, repeat. Just not engage. Force the Protoss army to try and go through that choke. Very smart move by Fmtc by doing just that.
Yep, he can do an engagement, but he doesn't want to do it at the choke. He doesn't want to do it close to the Xel'Naga tower. He wants to do it behind it, between his goal base,
yeah.
where he can actually
so he has a
surround
concave.
it. So he has a concave, yep, and he's also counter-attacking the non-existent third base with some roaches. Which is, of course, if he made a third base, would have cancelled it, so that's nice. He's gonna pressure the front a little bit, but there's an Immortal, and he doesn't want to engage an Immortal, but he does, and he loses those few roaches, but apart from that, he's still in a good spot, and the first Hydras are run away.
Oh, if he can get his army into this concave position to the right of the watchtower, that would be good for him, but no. He has to retreat right now. All of his army is in a ball, and really engaging this Xel'Naga watchtower area is a little bit tricky positioning your army around there. You have to be really careful and really keep a keen eye on your units.
Yeah, I mean, FMTC is up in supply, but the quality of the units that GraVe is fielding is higher.
Yeah.
The amount of Immortals has risen up to 3, and he has a good shot. The sentries are all close to max energy. He only used a few force fields, so the Hydras are going to be really good. But he needs a good angle, and this is not a good angle.
This is exactly a good angle, actually.
Yeah, if
as long as
in
he
a
stays
little
to
bit
the
more.
left of the choke, as long as he stays there and does not engage the Protoss in that choke or at the tower. That's
Yeah, but GraVe needs to walk in a little bit further for it to be a good angle, right?
yeah, it's a very bad angle for GraVe. If that's what
Yeah.
you meant, then yes, then you're absolutely right. It's kind of a standoff right now.
So we go again, and right now FPC is actually committing to this, and the force fields are splitting that army really awkwardly, and I don't know if it's going well for him or not. So far he hasn't lost that much supply though, and he's only making 4 Hydras, but he is going to lose a few Hydras that are clumped up there.
Oh, but this was nice work here by Fmtc.
Yeah,
Good bit of
well.
positioning there, I have to say. He's constantly re-splitting up his army. He's not fighting very cost efficiently though, but the number of force fields have been depleted. All that's left are Stokers. He's waiting for Ling reinforcements. Will this be enough? I don't know. I still think he should be retreating right now from those Stokers with the Hydras. Now he's trying to get at them.
It's 4 bases against just 2 bases, so he can afford to lose these units, and he's actually killing the Immortals, he's killing the Stalkers, he's making this work! We could actually have to touch him in advance here, he's doing an excellent job. The Zerglings are giving chase, all of the sentries have gone down, so he can do a lot in this game right now.
Wow, this was actually perfectly timed. I was a little bit scared there for Fmtc that he might be overextending himself, but no! He made it work. I don't know how long these... transfusing Hydras. Good lord. I mean, a Hydralisk has 80 hit points. Transfusing Hydralisks, that's the most exciting and erotic thing you can do in StarCraft to a passionate caster or a viewer. I mean, that turns me on so much.
There you go. That's how you do it. But it looks like he will have to be pushed back a little bit here by the Stalkers, by the aggressive link forward. He's actually losing a little bit more here, so it's not too good, but he's still on 4 bases.
I really think he should be pulling back right now, Fmtc.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's losing a little bit too much.
Yeah, a little bit too much, exactly. It's very, 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 very close. Those Hydras are very precious. Take a look at the gas count. Fmtc is not mining from more than 3 geysers, actually. He's mining only from... Oh, actually 5, excuse me, but he would need more gas. He's just losing units too fast, and GraVe has stabilized. A counterattack is a nice idea, though, if the door had not been closed.
Yep, and it looks like... nope, he's not gonna break that just yet. He wants to really get the Protoss back onto 2 base, but I feel like he should split up his army, send a few units into the gold base and retreat after that, and send the rest into the natural, because there's not that much to defend at the natural right now.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that.
Yeah, he should see the army positioning though. Oh, he's out right now, GraVe that is. And this could be deadly. He could lose the gold base because of this, because now FMTC is gonna get into a position between the bases, and GraVe can't really engage there without a lot of Colossus, but he doesn't have the terminal lens yet.
He doesn't have to. I mean, he's got a lot of support. As long as he keeps those Hydralisks alive.
Oh, but here we come with the surround, and the Colossus goes down immediately, and the rest of the units are just gonna shred to this bell. This position is excellent for FMTC. Look at the splice dropping for both players, but he's trading way better here.
Yeah, he is. I mean, the upgrades are really starting to tell the tale here right now. FMTC got a little bit sidetracked there and never clicked on his +2 missile attack, so he's only getting it now. And the Protoss player already has +3. He will gradually, very slowly take a 4th base and tech up a little bit more. For now, the Blinkstalkers are... Well, he doesn't need anything more at this point. It's keeping him in the game. It will not win the game for him, but he can still... just kind of comfortably sit back, I'd say. Kind of comfortably.
It's getting a little bit scary for FMTC as well, though, because he cannot let GraVe stabilize here. Because when he stabilizes, there's going to be Colossus ruining his day.
Yeah.
And he's not teching either. He's not making drones. The only thing he's getting is a few swarm hosts, but he's getting 1 and 1 extra. That's not a lot. He doesn't have any money either.
Yeah, that's true. He's got a lot of minerals, but really lacking in gas. He took a couple more gas geysers in the meantime, but here's the bigger problem. He's been trading so much, and he's been losing so much. Well, losing not in terms of losing unnecessarily, but trading inefficiently rather. And his bases are about to be mined out. I mean, his main base got a few minerals on there. A couple of patches that are really rich, but... not very much remaining. His natural is doing pretty well, and his 4th is doing pretty well as well, but the gold base is dry. Protoss, on the other hand, still has a lot of minerals at the gold base, so he can use those resources to bust out. But again, FMTC kind of locking his opponent in place, not allowing him to move out on the map.
Yeah, but I mean, FMTC has to start thinking about taking a 5th base, and GraVe has to start thinking about making something like a War Prism to really put the pressure back at FMTC. But right now, both players are just duking it out in the middle of this map on this little awkward position, and actually GraVe has made it work for a second there. Is there a detection?
No observers out in the field, but right now one is being made after GraVe saw those swarm hosts. He'll probably play defensive from this point on. He's not the type of player who, when he sees swarm hosts, he's like, I'm gonna kill you before you get too many of them. He sees swarm hosts and he goes into defensive mode.
Actually, a few roaches are walking into the gold base uncontested right now. What are they doing? And he could start picking up some probes. Does force the mining up right now, but doesn't do too much there. And FMTC is actually getting dangerously close of being mined out, like you said as well. And he has some minerals at his natural and at his 4th base, but he needs a source of income because he's actually not traded cost efficiently so far.
Yeah, not as much as he would have liked. I mean, if he had close to 20 swarm hosts right now, he would not need to mine as much. But since he's kind of using this hybrid composition of swarm host plus something else, like Hydralisks, roaches and stuff, he needs the income.
Yep, and the army he's going up against is getting ever more scary. I mean, 2 Colossus are already on the field. And one of the things though, no terminal lens yet, he has to wait 20 seconds. The roaches.
The roaches are just perfect because, you know what, we have Hive on the way. I would love for FMTC to start adding on Vipers. That's what he needs. Yeah. And he needs to buy time. These roaches, this is exactly what he needed. They're buying so much time for him right now. The Hive is not even done. Oh my god, 30 more seconds to go. Then he needs to produce Vipers. Then he needs to suck energy from his own buildings. That's a lot of time he'll need, and he just does not seem to be able to get it.
Yeah, I really like FMTC's position. I still like FMTC's position, but it's getting scarier every second. If an extra Colossus get added on, he doesn't have an answer. Sure, the swarm hosts are going to be awesome, but you need a 5th base. You need more stuff to be mining from. You need income, and he doesn't have it. And the Protoss player is actually getting back into this game with the gold base still going strong.
Yeah,
it's not going to be easy.
You know, FMTC, you're absolutely right about the bases. I mean, not because he would not have any money. The swarm hosts are saving him a lot of that, but because he's lacking the gas. Vipers are
he has 1400
costly
minimum right now.
Yeah,
No gas. He's making 4 Vipers though. I feel like with the 4 Vipers, if they get enough energy and he does a good build, he can still make this work. But he's losing a few Hydras there.
he needs to abduct all 3 Colossi on top of the Swarmers and the Hydras, kill them quickly, and then hopefully with lingering reinforcements he would be able to close this out. Has to attack in sync with the Locust though. The Vipers, where are the Vipers?
Yep, he needs them, and he needs them right now because the Protoss is just at his doorstep.
Okay, he'll wait for another Locust spawn. There we go, selecting the Vipers. Go, go, go. Go, go, abducts, go. No, too far away. The Colossi are in safety right now. Pulls the Mothership core out of the army, but fails to kill it. Blinding Cloud doing absolutely nothing.
No, actually, some of the Stalkers walked forward because they couldn't shoot and got picked off, so it was okay.
Oh, that's true. But what he really aims to do was either kill the Mama core or the Colossi, none of which was accomplished, unfortunately. It's just, you know, GraVe, he did a very good job of keeping all the Colossi at the back all the damn time. So he never gave FMTC the chance.
This is going to be the attack, though. I feel like this is going to be the attack. Either FMTC takes this game with this army, or he's going to lose. Or he has to do at least a lot of damage, because it's going to be 4 base against 4 base pretty soon, and the Protoss just traded better. So, I mean, the BTs at the bottom side of the map are going to deny the 5th base from FMTC. And that's going to be very hard for him to recover from. He needs to kill GraVe. I just feel like he does.
Oh, careful of the Vipers!
Oh, the Vipers.
Oh my goodness!
Okay, good Blinding Cloud and a good fill. That's going to be one step into the good direction. It's 170 supply against 120.
Oh, he doesn't have energy on most of those Vipers, and there are High Templars right now on the field, so feedbacks are very dangerous for FMTC. The Vipers, he has to rely on them, but he also has to be very careful where he positions them. Couple of feedbacks or a moment of inattention towards your army, you lose all of those Vipers and you can kiss your army goodbye.
Yep, and I mean, FMTC, he still has a good army, an excellent army, but he doesn't have the resources his opponent doesn't. The clock is ticking, well, and it's not ticking in his favor this time around. He should try and go in again and make something happen. There's not that many Colossus. There's one Swarm host being very daring, but I don't think he wanted to go there.
I don't know, I mean, right now, GraVe is not in such a good position he was a couple of minutes ago neither. His gold base is getting mined out. He's, I mean, look, he's got 0 of a bank, and he's barely mining enough gas.
Yeah, but FMTC needs to get that 5th base up, and GraVe.
Oh yeah, sure, but
denying it.
Oh yeah, sure, but GraVe also needs an additional base on top of this 4th because all his gas geysers are dry. He's mining off of 4 geysers.
Oh, bad blank in there. Lost 2 Stalkers because he blinked into the Locust, and the Locusts are actually doing a pretty good job of shutting down a lot of these Stalkers.
Oh my goodness. Alright, now FMTC seriously has a very, very good chance of beating that army in a straight-on engagement. He's got 6 Vipers, all he has to do is avoid the feedbacks somehow.
Yeah, he has a lot of Vipers and a lot of energy on them, and the gold base, like you said, getting towards them. But is he actually going to kill the Nexus with these few roaches? Give those roaches a medal if they do it? Nope.
No! The Nexus stays alive with 19 hit points, are you kidding me?
That's a really good thing for GraVe. He needs to start chrono boosting that to regenerate that shields immediately. And actually the creep spread is pretty impressive all the way towards that little base. Some of the roaches are going to attack the gold base, and I feel like FMTC is doing a lot of things right in this game. He's definitely showing that he can make it work, but he did lose his 5th base again to some counterattacks.
I love these roach counterattacks, by the way. This is just beautiful to watch. So
both players are going to be bold after this game because they're annoying each other very much. So they're gonna be pulling their hairs out because this is the amount of game. This is a game where you know that if you lose, you're out. If you win, you've made it. Great. And then all of your bases get counterattacked, and you're really getting annoyed by your opponent. And both players are doing it. Roach counterattack again, and that's just such a stressful game. These players must have had a hard time.
I don't know how long this game is, but it could get ridiculously long. Plus the attacks. Missile attacks for the Zerg player going up right now, and yet more swarm hosts being added on, despite there being 20 already out on the field. We could have engagement here. This is not a good position for GraVe. Good blinding clouds there. Oh, nice pull on the Mothership Core. That's a step into the right direction, like I said before. Yeah, those force fields are amazing, picking off all the Roaches and Hydras, making this force weaker, but here comes the new Locust Wave, making GraVe retreat.
Yeah, the force fields are still holding the Locust in place, and he is going to kill a few Roaches and Hydras for free, but he has to be aware of the Vipers there in the back, and the High Templars are still alive, but he did lose one of them, so he has 2 left. He needs good feedbacks, but Barnacles gets killed in all of them! 2 of them get cut down immediately, the other one also goes down, and this is great for Fmtc right now.
This is awesome, because this is going to allow Fmtc, once he replenishes his ground army... Now, I mean, take a look at this. There are barely any Roaches or Hydras remaining. He needs to replenish the ground army, but even then, the Locusts can kill anything they come across. Without those Colossi, these Stalkers can't engage those Locusts.
Yep, and I mean, the supplies are telling a tale of their own, and FMTC's army is very strong, and he's pushing forward with the Locust, and there's only 1 Colossus on the field right now. It's going to be very hard. He does lose one, two. Almost a third Viper as well, and that was a little bit sloppy there, but doesn't matter too much as the next Locust wave does go in. He's gonna complement it with some Roaches and Hydras, and he really wants to put pressure on this base. He wants to kill this base, Bell.
Yeah, in the meantime, some Zerglings will kill the 3rd base as well. A run-by of Roaches into the 4th, while the army of the Protoss is desperately trying to hold on to the 4th base. The number of Stalkers are dwindling with every attack. Another great abduct with the Vipers. Even starts abducting Immortals and Stalkers. That's how much energy he's... Oh, GG, well played by GraVe. FMTC, the Dutch hope using orange colors advancing through. Congratulations.